All right, let's talk about something huge. We're diving into one of the most critical questions of our time, a question that's being answered right now, mostly behind closed doors. And it's all about the future of artificial intelligence.
You see, while AI is busy rewriting our world, there's this quiet, high-stakes race happening in the background. And it's not about who can build the smartest AI. Nope. It's about who gets to write the rules for it. And that entire struggle really boils down to one single fundamental question.
So who does get to control the future of AI? I mean, think about it. The answer to this is going to define literally everything from your personal privacy all the way up to global power dynamics. This is a debate about the very architecture of the society we're all about to live in.
Yeah, this isn't just some small skirmish. It's a full-blown global struggle over how we govern this stuff. All around the world, nations are drawing lines in the sand. They're deciding on the fundamental principles that will either concentrate the immense power of AI into a few hands or spread it out for everyone.
And as countries figure out their game plan for AI, we're seeing them fall into two pretty distinct camps. Each one has a completely different philosophy about how we should manage this powerful new technology.
Okay, this is actually a fantastic way to think about it. On one side, you've got the symphony orchestra. That's your centralized, top-down model. You have one conductor, think of that as the central government, directing every single move. It can be super efficient, really powerful. But then, on the other side, you have a jazz ensemble. That's your decentralized network. Power is shared and innovation, well, that comes from everyone collaborating, riffing off each other.
So let's zoom in on that centralized model for a second. It's a clear hierarchy, right? Power flows from the top down. And yeah, that can lead to some quick, decisive action. But the big risk, the thing you have to worry about, is that a ton of control ends up in the hands of just a few people. We're seeing countries like Russia, Brazil, and India leaning in this direction. Now, the decentralized model, that's a whole different ballgame. It's all about spreading the power around. It brings everyone to the table, companies, universities, local governments, you name it. A lot of people see this as the more democratic approach and maybe a better way to spark widespread innovation. The US, China, and Germany are some of the big players taking this route.
Okay, so this is where we get to the real heart of the matter. How does a country actually choose which path to go down? Well, it turns out there's kind of a formula, and it's been hiding in plain sight. And you're probably thinking the answer is obvious. It's just politics, right? Democracies go the democratic route, autocracies go for more control. Simple. But what the research shows is it's actually way more complex than that. In fact, political ideology, it's not even the main thing driving this decision. The real reasons are a lot more practical, rooted in cold, hard economics, and you guessed it, technological strength.
And there was this really fascinating study from Cognitio Press that just nailed it. They boiled it all down to two key factors that can predict a country's choice with some pretty shocking accuracy.
Okay, let's break this down, because this is the big reveal. The two key things are a nation's wealth, we're talking gross national income, and its tech capacity, basically its R&D muscle. So check out that top row. If a country is rich and has strong R&D, it almost always goes for a decentralized approach. But, and this is the interesting part, look at the other two. If a country is rich, but its tech is weak, or if it's low on both money and tech, the smart move is a centralized approach. It lets them focus their limited resources and keep a tight grip on development.
So here's the bottom line, and it's a big one. Right now, practical things like money and tech power matter more in this decision than how worried a country is about ethics. It's a pragmatic choice, not just a philosophical one.
And this choice of governance, it has a direct impact on the kind of technology that actually gets built. I mean, think about it for a second. If you have a decentralized system with lots of players, it just naturally leads to a more open source way of doing things, right? Collaboration and transparency are baked right in. On the flip side, those top-down centralized systems, they often end up creating closed source AI, where the government or just one company keeps the code and all the power under lock and key.
All right, so let's bring this down from the clouds and see how it actually plays out in the real world. Because these huge, high-level policy decisions, they have very, very personal consequences for you and me. And there is no better place to see that than in healthcare. I mean, look, AI is on the verge of completely revolutionizing medicine as we know it. We're talking about everything from predicting diseases before they happen to creating treatments personalized just for you. The potential here to improve and save lives is just, it's absolutely massive. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? Here's the catch. For AI to do all that incredible stuff in healthcare, it needs fuel, it needs data, Your data. Your most personal, most sensitive health information. And that, right there, raises the giant flashing question mark about who's in control.
The upside here is it's undeniable. A report from KPMG laid out how AI can totally reshape the patient experience. We're talking better diagnostics, making hospitals run more smoothly, creating recovery plans that are tailor-made for you, and get this, even cutting down on those mountains of paperwork that are burning out so many of our amazing doctors.
But again, that data is the fuel that makes the whole engine run. And that governance model a country picks, whether it's centralized or decentralized, that choice determines who holds the keys to your information, and that directly affects your most fundamental rights as a patient. We're talking about your right to give consent, your right to see and fix your own data, and your right to control who gets to share it. So the big question is, can we have our cake and eat it too? Is there a way to get all these incredible benefits from AI without having to give up our fundamental rights? Well, the research seems to suggest, yeah, there might be. It's a concept called balanced governance. And the idea is pretty simple, really. Find that perfect sweet spot. It's about combining the strengths of both models. So, you use the power and efficiency of a central government to set strong, unbreakable ethical rules, to protect patient rights. But at the same time, you let the innovative, fast-moving world of companies, universities, and researchers do what they do best. Ultimately, the goal here, especially when we're talking about healthcare, is to build an ecosystem that actually works for the patient. A system where AI is focused on keeping you healthy, not just treating you when you're sick. Where every single step is ethical, and where your journey through it all is smooth, and most importantly, totally secure. It's really about making sure this unbelievably powerful technology is serving us and our shared human values. And that really just leaves us with one final big thought to chew on. As we're building these incredibly powerful systems and deciding who gets to run them, we have to remember to build in accountability. Because in a future that's increasingly run by AI, the most important question might just be the oldest one in all of politics. Who watches the watchers?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.